A sequel to the previous, this post proceeds to examine the Tree of Life in its entirety. While the former introduces the glyph and explores its pillars, this focuses on the second most apparent grouping inside it, its three triads or triangles. Like the pillars form the totality of three principles, the three triangles represent basic levels of human existence and divine manifestation. With that said, watch the previous video if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if enjoying the content, consider purchasing my book if wanting to support me, and let's begin. The Celestial Triangle. Being the uppermost, the celestial or logoic triangle is the only one pointing upward. It is composed of what's known as the supernal triad, including Sephiroth 1, 2 and 3, or Keter, Chokmah and Binah, crown, wisdom and understanding. Separated from the rest, it is unmanifested and formed through the division of unity into duality. As addressed in the preceding post, Kabbalistic wisdom views divinity as the ultimate unity beyond duality. How divinity manifests is by dividing itself into a couple of opposing principles expressing the two faces of nature. The division occurs through the absolute's or one's identification of its own existence, a process explained as one's reflection into two, which next reflects into three, or one overflowing into two to then overflow into three. Said differently, spheres 2 and 3, Chokmah and Binah, are really attributes of sphere 1, Keter. While Keter is considered consciousness raw material, the whole first triad represents the universe's creative forces and substances. Regarded as the great father and mother, Chokmah and Binah represent force and form. Chokmah's force is turned into form by Binah. Chokmah contains the zodiac, whereas Binah is the sphere of Saturn and the creator of all gods. One of the first lessons practitioners learn is that uniting with the divine requires overcoming that duality via reconciliation and balancing. Rather than being perceived as fighting each other, those opposites should be considered evenly balanced parts of the very same thing. Applying to male and female, black and white, electric and magnetic, God and devil, cold and hot, etc. This shows that while divinity is unity, everything manifested has two sides. Reflection. This brings us to the manifestation of all triads. As noted, spheres 2 and 3 reflect 1, and triangle 1 behaves precisely as sphere 1, reflecting itself into triangle 2. Then, because of accumulated momentum, this second reflects itself into another third, and that finally materializes in sphere 10, which is the physical reality. The Moral Triangle. Positioned in the middle and pointing downward, the second triangle is regarded as ethical or moral. Comprising spheres 4, 5 and 6, Chesed, Qabalah and Tiferet, or mercy, severity and beauty, it is the one in the middle. Like the first triangle is unity splitting itself into duality, this includes a couple of opposites being unified in one. Similar to the pillars, the moral triangle displays an equilibrium of forces. It shows that balancing mercy and severity results in beauty that is actually harmony, as addressed in the previous post. Also noteworthy is that underneath Chokmah and Binah, the abyss separates the supernals from the resting Sephiroth, whereas below or behind Tiferet, the veil of Paroquet follows the same analogy but on a lower plane. Both the abyss and the veil mark chasms in consciousness, and while Keter is the highest in the three, Tiferet is the highest average human consciousness can elevate to. Triangle 2 represents the ruling forces of evolving life. Chesed is the sphere of Jupiter, whereas Qabalah that of Mars. Tiferet, on the other hand, is the sphere of Sun or Soul. According to mystical Qabalah, Chesed's function can be viewed as the king or emperor who does good to his people, developing civilization by expanding and building cities and utilities. In that manner, Qabalah is the warrior king or chief commander, warring against enemies, conquering new territories and banishing evil within and outside the country. Equally essential to well-being and growth, this couple finds balance in Tiferet, the Redeemer, the Christ center to which all sacrificial gods are attributed, examples being Osiris and Jesus Christ. The Magical Triangle. Including spheres 7, 8 and 9, Hot, Netzach and Yesod, or Glory, Splendor, Victory and Foundation, the third triangle is created simultaneously with and in a fashion identical to the second. Also referred to as the astral, these two displays equilibrium of opposing forces. Associated with instinctive emotion and feelings function, Netzach is ruled by Venus, the lady/goddess of nature. On the other side we have Hot, the sphere of Mercury, Tot, the world of books, learning and magic. Where this find equilibrium is in Yesod, the sphere of Wuna to which various lunar deities correspond, examples being Hecate and Diana. The physical reality. The only standing on its own is sphere 10, Malkut, the kingdom to be the materialized universe and our physical reality, bodies and social life. As one Mailuduket says, it is where the divine light vibrates at its lowest frequency, entrapped into the matter. Not part of any triangle, Malkut receives influences from all three. Yet it is somewhat separated from all spheres and is also said to be very close to the reverse tree of death, evil and unbalanced forces. But that is a subject calling for a different post. So as mentioned at the video's beginning, subscribe if you enjoy the content and click on that bell to get notified whenever I upload video. Also consider purchasing my book if wanting to support me, feeling my efforts deserve a reward. Entirely created by me, the book is available on Amazon on both Kindle and Paperback. Besides how to build a great physique naturally while getting your basic urges under control, it may teach you a thing or two about life. Thank you for your time.